Alright. Streaming, by the way. So, let's see how well I do if I take this fucking dungeon seriously. It almost comes down to comps now, honestly. Like, the bots use their spells, so if I had certain bots, certain classes, it would probably be a different story.
Sorry, puppy.
One thing that I should have did more often that I did not do is I should have polyed more, like all the time. All right. Helps. Good luck getting off that bed the rest of the day.
Yep. My arms are killing me right now. I should have thought this through a bit better.
Nope. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and take the same group. Who was my, this guy?
How are ye? Watch your back. Interest ya in a pint?
I just need to, like I said, take this a little bit more seriously. The devs have given everybody the tools they need to plan engagements out like this, so unless it's a boss from, like, Northrend, there shouldn't be an issue. Part of me almost wants to skip Skullomance and just grind Strathholm until I get the mount. Because ever since I got it, probably pretty much accident, when I was testing a drop as a GM.
That's still recharging.
I've been wanting to get it legitimately ever since then. Good. Come back this way. Don't be the ones to aggro that. Awesome. Come back this way. Yeah, I love that summon microing. And then the mobs completely ignore us. Almost. You're right, this isn't gonna take me very long at all.
That's still recharging.
It's really not much different than getting 59. Alright. Hopefully those interruptions are out of the way. I'll put a video on here. Part of me almost wants to have like a picture-in-picture thing of like the video I'm watching on like one side and then like my cam like where it is. I don't know. Look at this fucking chode. Bye. The problem is, though, I play the video on 144p because I'm just listening to it. What's the Star Wars situation?
There's been a Star Wars situation, and let's talk about it. A lot of people are talking about it. I saw Young made a video.
I'm not talking about it.
A note from the Jedi team on the.
Is anybody in my chat talking about it? Because this is the first I've heard of it. That was gay.
PC version of Jedi Survivor Star Wars. This is a new Star Wars game that came out. How many of you guys played World of Warcraft in 2004? And you had a all-in-one Apple e-machine. And you went over to Ironforge and your average frame rate was in the decimals? Well, if you ever want any nostalgia,
it's true.
play
It's
Jedi
true.
Survivor on a PC. Apparently, it's pretty close. PC version of the game sucks big dicks. That's basically it. They fucked it up. Big surprise. PC port fuck-ups of 2023. PC port fuck-ups of 2023. Let's see. The Last of Us.
Shit.
Long,
Ugh.
Jedi
I'm
Survivor.
fucking dead.
Wild Hearts.
Maybe.
Forspoken.
You just.
Callisto.
like, you went
Oh
live,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what, 5-10 minutes ago?
Yep.
I just got the notification.
Elden Ring.
On Discord?
Elden Ring ran pretty well.
The Discord one's a little
The thing is,
behind, but
Elden
at least it
Ring had,
actually
like,
works.
3
The YouTube one
slowdown
doesn't work at all.
areas. Elden Ring had issues.
even
They
get a
fixed
YouTube
them, but
notification.
like, let's.
Yeah,
not even
nobody is.
compare
Everybody in my chat that comes in here, they tell me, hey,
Like,
I didn't get
these
notifications.
were fucking garbage.
Yeah,
Fix your shit.
I actually
PC
set
port
my
fuck
shit
ups
up
of 2023.
on yours. I get more notifications now.
And
if you go
right
to
now we
personalized.
have Jedi Survivor, and
So,
that's the most
if
recent one here
I
on the
regularly
list.
view your
And,
chat or
we'll go ahead and
regularly
remove
view
that. Just
your
put the most
stream.
recent one at the bottom there.
I get a
So
notification
it was so
more
it's been
often
so fucking
than
bad that people
But if you
actually
have
had
it
to
selected
or sorry,
all,
the people at
you don't get
EA.
them.
This is made by EA. The thing is with EA
Or
though,
they're,
you've
like,
got to cut them some
super fucking
slack.
delayed.
It's a
Like,
smaller
they'll be an hour
smaller
into streaming
studio.
and then somebody will
They're
get the
pretty new,
notification,
so they don't really have a lot of
it's just-
experience releasing.
Sorry, I'm
games
trying
on
not to die here.
console and also on PC at the same day.
I got 2
So
pudges
it does
chasing
make
me.
sense that obviously it's not going to be as good, but
It's not nice to talk
overall,
about
I
the
wanted to
family
go
like
ahead and show
that.
you guys what their statement was about the game, and we're going to
Reset, damn you.
This. We
Thank
are
you.
aware
So, I
that
have
Star
a
Wars
big
Jedi
problem.
Survivor isn't performing to our
I want
standards
chips
for the
in my
for a
drink.
percentage of our PC players.
too
Yes,
bad.
the
I'm gonna have to
percentage
talk to
is
the puppy.
probably,
You want me to
over
help? I'll be the
50%,
bad guy.
it seems. In particular, those with high-end machines or specific configurations. For example,
lifted her
players
head
using
up.
cutting-edge multi-threaded chipsets designed
She's
for
lying.
Windows
I died
7
because of this, by the
or
way.
encountering problems on Windows
What's that?
10 or high-end GPUs coupled with lower-performing CPUs saw unexpected frame rate.
Oh, it was
Rest
just
assured
birds.
We are working to address these cases quickly. While there is no single comprehensive solution for PC performance, the team is
Give me my babies. Give me my babies.
Take her to go get
I'll be bad cop and good cop all in one. Come here. Come here.
Right back.
I apologize if my dog barking is loud on the microphone. I've put filters on my mic to keep that from happening, but it doesn't make me sound very good. I don't think.
Has been working on fixes we believe will improve the performance across a spectrum of configurations. We are committed to fixing these issues as soon as possible. But okay, it means it's not going to happen for a while. Each patch requires significant.
Don't be giving her too many of
don't
those.
introduce new problems.
You gotta realize that
Thanks
the
for
pieces I give her are like
understanding
this.
and apologies to any of the players and
They're like super
experiencing these issues. We will continue to monitor performance across all platforms and share update timing as soon as it's available. So, and also, like, didn't they say that they were going to have an update patch yesterday on the 28th?
Yeah.
What the fuck ever
Typical.
happened with that? Because that's what I remember seeing, because I thought I was going to be able to play it on day one. Any sentence with but loses all meaning? Yeah. And so my response really was just fix it. Like, you got to keep in mind, just fix the game. Because I am not a developer. I didn't make this. I don't care how hard it is. I just want to play the game. So whenever you figure out how to do your job, let us know, and then we'll play the game that we gave you $70 for. How about that? I think this is a big problem. And I understand...
Aren't they still having class action lawsuits against devs for this stuff? Should I make a habit out of buying bad games so I can get free money? I think I should. Or maybe that's the problem. They're not getting sued at all. Maybe they should get sued more often. Sounds like a gay old idea. Anyway, fuck that video. I want to go back to hearing about Genshin.
But that doesn't take away from the fact boss tracking bounty quests, weekly quests, main quests, story quests, world quests, randomly spawned world quests, daily world quests, limited events, browser
Hold on,
games.
back up. I was drunk during this
I know what this
conversation.
is.
In most cases,
Yeah.
it is 2 and 4 set bonuses. And these can get really crazy, especially when you realize that each character can scale with different stats. Some may need attack damage and crit, others gain damage from defense, or
Oh, wait. Oh, no. These aren't relics. These are like matrices in Tower of Fantasy. Oh, no. Excuse me. Yeah, these are the matrices.
heal based
I misunderstood
on their
what this
maximum
was.
health. Also, yes, I should mention that Genshin has a variation of the Golden Trinity.
got 2
Although
notifications
here
on
they
my
pretty much
phone.
only have
You
DPS
stink.
and support. At first sight, if you have a look at all of these,
My
Smell like a
systems,
frat
they
house.
seem a bit confusing.
breath.
And that's
Chips.
because at first sight it is. But after you learn how
Says
all the
the guy
different
who had
systems
asshole
work,
for
you
morning
get to
breath.
see
Yeah.
how well
right.
integrated they all are. And you also get to see how deep your character progression is. There is about a dozen different systems all about leveling up, gathering materials, and ascending your characters.
bet there are.
But they all work together as a single unit.
Yeah.
And from a game designer's point of view, honestly, that's pretty impressive. So now, let's see what other activities you can do with your jacked up characters. While you
Wait,
let's
it tells you his birthday? Wait, April has 30 days in a month? I thought it only had 29. That's February? No, February has 27.
see what other activities you can do with your jacked up characters. While you are out there exploring the world, which is the majority of the gameplay loop, you also get to do quests.
Okay.
Now, unless you are doing the big story quests,
Uh-huh.
they are usually very simple. You go somewhere, you kill something, you go back. And really,
Right.
it's because it all ties together with the entire exploration scheme. Because on your way to the quest, you're gonna open about 30 chests. But don't be fooled by the simple word quests. In reality, the entire list of activities is massive. and each kind
Okay.
of content is slightly different. There is no way I can talk about all of them individually. So besides just exploration, this is all the other stuff the game offers you. At least, this is all the stuff I experienced. I don't even know what's in the end game. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot more stuff as I level up.
I think that a lot of people complain that Genshin doesn't have an end game. I've seen a lot of people unhappy about that.
Anyway, there is daily commissions, city reputation commissions, boss tracking bounty quests, weekly quests, main quests, story quests, world quests, randomly spawned world quests, daily world quests, limited events, browser minigames, character
Wow.
progression quests, dating sim, apparently, adventure guide progression, battle
They have
pass,
that.
which actually has a lore and it got its own cinematic, mini dungeons, replayable boss fights, Spiral Abyss, which is a roguelike dungeon crawler sprinkled on top
yeah,
of
Tower
all of
Fantasy
this.
has one of these.
It's like Torghast,
Yeah.
but good. And I'm only like 30 hours in. I know there is a lot more. Apparently you can also catch wild animals, which I haven't seen yet. I also keep seeing pools of fish, but I haven't figured out how to fish.
Okay.
Not to mention that there is also player housing, which I haven't
really?
unlocked yet.
I didn't
and
even
on
know
top
that.
of that, they have their own entire playable card game. Just like when in The Witcher.
What the
You can
fuck?
even just run around and talk to different random NPCs and they will give you random items. It is insane how much content there is.
Wow.
It feels like every other adventure rank you unlock a brand new system. But because it is slowly fed to you, you don't get overwhelmed. And also, the game gives you a daily limit so that you don't burn out.
Oh,
there
that's
are
smart.
these
Like Tower
moon
of Fantasy.
thingies which
Yeah.
replenish decently quickly over time. So far, they don't really feel like a malicious design. Even though these days, with modern mobile games, it is pretty obvious it feels like a mobile game mechanic that makes you wait,
Yes.
unless you decide to pay. But it
Ooh.
honestly doesn't
Like
feel
Tower
that way.
Fantasy.
The point is that the dungeons and the world bosses consume this currency. I believe it is 40 per boss and 20 per dungeon. So
Yep.
it acts like a limit to the bigger loot you can get, with the bigger loot being the material for leveling up. So it's not like you are
course.
missing out on getting pulls for the gacha system. Overall, it doesn't feel too different to something like the heroic dungeon cooldown from
Guardian has to die
Overall,
first
it is
here.
amazing how everything fits together so well.
Buffing my tank
Especially how
helps.
the quests lead you to accidental
Oh, shit.
exploration. What also
What the
helps
fuck?
with the consumption is that all the main
Oh.
quests as well as all the story quests are fully narrated. Which brings us to the next part.
That actually is a huge W, that they have everything narrated and you know what's actually what they're doing, you know?
Let's talk about the story of this game. But again, no real spoilers, I will only talk about generic stuff. For someone who had no expectations at all, I came out pretty surprised.
Wow.
It is true that for some people the first impressions may be rough. And that's for two reasons.
What's that?
First of all, at the beginning you get introduced to Paimon, your companion who is going to stick with you for the entire journey. And you immediately realize she's not the sharpest tool in the shed. But that's by design. Your main character is silent. They don't speak in any of the major conversations. So Paimon has to be dumb so that everyone keeps explaining things to her, which is how the main character learns about everything. She is
Oh.
basically a conduit for the story. But that doesn't take away from the fact that at times I don't even want to finish the sentence. But the good thing is that over time it grows on you. And it gets saved when other characters get thrown in. So
Okay.
you get to listen to more people than just her. Speaking of which, let's quickly mention the voice acting.
So, is it like one of those characters that's like really annoying to start with, and then as time goes on, people warm up to them? Okay. Like Navi, yeah.
While a lot of people prefer the Japanese or the original Chinese voiceover, I am a humble European who enjoys an English dub with English
Yeah, I'm
subs.
not listening
And
to
let
some
me
fucking
tell you,
foreign
since
language.
Paimon is the first character
we
you get
gotta
to meet,
listen to it in American.
It feels a little bit like a punch in the guts. However, it all very quickly turns around. And now I can safely say the English dub is definitely good enough to not stand in the way of the story.
Okay.
And a bit later on, the English dub can get amazing. But over time, you are definitely gonna find some characters whose voices you're gonna hate. also, for some reason, literally every single
Oh.
person in my chat knew that the voice
I got
actor
fucked up.
of Lisa is the same as
Drawing too much
Evelyn.
aggro.
I'm scared to learn how all of you learned about this. Again, I have to add that the voice acting starts a little bit lower, and then it gets better as you move away from Genshin 1.0.
I don't know if you'd count that lower.
Because
Count that as lower.
Genshin 1.0 has an amazing feature.
I think I'm gonna turn off focus
Nobody
healing.
knows how to pronounce the foreign names.
Guiding us on how to run Liyue for the coming year.
Because he's only healing the tank. He's not healing anyone else, including me.
What did he say? I don't know what he said, but he did not say Liyue.
Bond status to freedom as Liyue is to contracts. Liyue has a strong focus on business and trade.
You're saying Liyue way
The
too many
Liyue
times.
kissing, the 7 leaders of the
They're just
7
saying it wrong every
enterprises of
time.
Liyue hold true control over Liyue.
What about Liyue?
It is super clear at the beginning they
Oh
didn't
my
know
God.
that Genshin would be a massive hit. So when it came to localization, they didn't even have a director for the English dub.
Yeah, that's
it is
smart.
obvious they just took the script, they sent it to the voice actors, maybe gave them
Oh, like Lost Ark.
a few notes, and that was it. Nobody gave them directions on proper pronunciation, and they just accepted it the way it came back. Which resulted in every single character pronouncing the name Liyue in a very
Yeah,
different
fuck it.
way.
I'll take
Anyway, yes, the voices get better over time, so now
And that
let's
too.
move back to the story. Simply said, the story is very good. At least after you realize that it is written like an anime, which is very different from traditional storytelling. Normally, a classic story has a hero who has a problem.
So what's the
there is a
recipe
twist,
for that
a
one?
solution, a conclusion. That's
No.
the base form of writing a story. But
Most of the time.
animes are structured a bit differently.
How's that?
Most of them are about groups of
Oh, I can
people
make that
where
super easy.
everyone has unique quirks, and they band together and they fight big bad. And along the way,
sure.
they get a lot of princess is in another castle moments. But not only is that to keep animes running longer, but it also serves the purpose of giving the characters more room for a build-up. And any anime fan can tell you that build-up is very important. Because the payoff is what gives you the
I already did the
memorable
holy water
moments.
quest, didn't
In
I?
animes, it is usually a big fight between two characters, both of which also had a lot of room to grow up. And I'm happy to say, after you realize this is exactly what Genshin is doing, you'll see that the story gets pretty good. And they also use the classic way to structure their characters the way animes do.
How's that?
Every character usually has a very powerful quirk, but they also have a comedic negative one. In
Okay.
Genshin, this is something you'll
That makes
start
sense.
noticing after the first
Oh,
introduction.
apparently I missed somebody
And
outside the
somehow
dungeon
they
I
pull
was
this
supposed
one
to
off
talk to.
really well for their
So
characters
personality
too.
elements.
So basically, it is one big anime, and it works. I assume that's why the Genshin anime was already locked in. Personally, without spoilers, I only finished fighting the first big boss, and I closed off the first chapter, and the cutscene you get after that, which starts the next chapter, immediately hooked me in. In fact, after that, the story started ramping up rapidly.
Oh, that's
And
some big
both
chips.
on the serious side and on the comedic side.
You know what? I'll go ahead and go
Remember,
back out
animes
there
also
and find him
combine
real
both
quick.
to keep the
Since
story
I'm already
fresh
at the
throughout
I'm at
entire
the
journey.
entrance
And for those
anyway.
of you who
Yes,
already
I
know
see it.
Genshin, I
It's
just want to
pretty
tell
much a
you,
sliced potato.
I did
That's what
the
potato
perfume
chips
quest.
are.
Oh my god.
What, I can't
So
leave
far,
once I've come in?
Is that bad?
The fuck?
Oh no.
I'm the GM. I'll do whatever I want. Don't threaten
Oh
me.
no.
Don't even
Doesn't
try
seem to be
me.
afraid of big twists either. And from what I've been told, it gets even better. Although I have to point out that throughout the entire story there are dialogue options. But 99% of them don't matter. And when they do matter, they only skip like a really boring short quest before
Okay.
the story goes back onto its rails. In most cases, your dialogue options only affect the very next sentence in the dialogue, after which it immediately snaps back.
You're gonna
I
pull?
would say this sucks, but for me, the fourth wall was
Yeah,
already
I'll
broken
pull him.
down
How
by
about
some
that?
other games. In fact, even though Mass Effect was always praised for its conversations, you would be surprised how often they do it
Oops.
as well. It is simply just
Oh, there are many cases
Oh,
where
there's
this
a
is
lot.
true. It doesn't matter what you tell the NPC. It's just like that's how they'll respond to it, and they'll just keep moving forward. Yeah.
illusion of choice. Anyway, if you're like me and you're in for a good story, so far I feel confident. It seems like that's what we will get here. Anyway, I
nice.
should call out a really good feature for all the story lovers. The game allows you to replay conversations from all of the main stories at any time, which
wow.
makes it very easy to go back and look for something you missed. But of
Wait,
course,
can you click this play button and she says, "Oh wow"? Yes. Oh my god.
I'm pretty much keeping Patchwork busy while they kill everybody
if
else.
you know me, you know I like explaining the difference between lore and story. Where a story is focusing on an individual, but the lore tells you the story of the entire universe. And in
You know
this
what?
case,
I'm just gonna unload on 'em.
Genshin has some amazing ways to reveal their lore. You can find pretty much everything you may need in your journal. Not only does this act as an amazing model viewer, but when you inspect each model, the game also gives you a large description of the enemies.
Oh,
And
like
this
Dark
is where you can
Souls.
find some really interesting lore nuggets. But
Yeah.
the monsters are not the only ones who get this treatment. You can also go to critters and find their lore too.
What the
This
fuck?
is amazing. I mean, these crabs have more lore than some forgotten champions in League of Legends. And after that one, how about we jump
Oh,
to
I'm
the
getting it,
critters,
man.
all of which get a short description.
You know, I didn't even care for the mount until that one time, like I said, when I was a GM, and I was testing a custom item that I added onto him. And he dropped the mount, and I'm like, you know what? If it's that easy, I literally just walk up, die him, and check his loot, and it's there, and I'm like, you know what? I'll be back for that. That's what I said.
Then you notice there is a more button,
Uh-huh.
which gives you a lot more lore. And the
Holy
same goes
shit.
for artifacts, crafting materials, and even food. Food has its own lore.
What?
In this regard, digging into the hidden lore of Genshin
Dinner of Judgment? Bro, that's a chicken.
is not too different from the Soul series. So the reason why the universe of Genshin feels so rich is because it is combining the traditional styled anime story with the deep and mysterious world building
Fuck you.
from software, both of which resulted in a pretty interesting
Holy
world.
shit.
And now I'm honestly interested to see what I'm gonna find in the future. But now, let's talk about how all of this world building shaped the world.
Okay.
For a
let's see
game
it.
that's all about exploration, of course, it has to have an interesting environment. Because climbing and gliding are key parts of
Can you get headshots with the arrows? Yes. Okay. That's why he's aiming above them. Okay.
traveling, expect a lot of verticality. Whenever you look at the landscape around you, you're gonna see a lot of mountains, which not only serve as excellent vantage points to see all the treasures from, but they also serve to give you enjoyable glide rides. Besides this, the game also makes sure there is something interesting behind every corner, be it scattered ruins, monster camps, or entire cities. Again, this is by design to fit with the exploration. And here, perhaps the most iconic city is the very first one you get to see, Mondstadt. You have probably seen this one already, and it's funny to see how everyone is like, oh hey! That's the one themed after a German city. The design is so cool. Meanwhile, as a humble European myself, I'm thinking, that's just Central Europe. I'm from Prague and like, I live here. I'm here right now. Another part is how much the environment changed from region to region.
Where's all the Wendy's?
right
Where's the Wendy's? The fuck?
now. Another part is how much the environment changed from region to region. Unfortunately, I have to say the early regions don't really change that much. At first you are in an area with green plains and then you move into an area with slightly more yellow plains.
Okay.
It is only after
Exciting.
that you get some major visual distinction. Again, I am early in the game and I have only seen glimpses of what the game is capable of. And everyone keeps telling me that things go crazy a bit later on. At least early on, when you walk into the dungeons, you immediately get slapped with some beauty. And the final part of the world design is the graphical take. Yet again, it is no surprise that the visuals were borrowed from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
but
it
we
looks
shouldn't
really nice.
underestimate how well this works for Genshin. Even though some may think that this is a low-poly game with cheap graphics, the reality is exactly the opposite. Even though everything has a cartoony texture, the texture is always high quality.
Yeah, I think that people are going to use more of these. Like, you're going to see this art style be used more often, and we're already seeing this. It's the stylized graphics. I think they are less impacted by age, and they're also in some cases, I would assume, easier to
I'm
do.
gonna put that on myself just so I know what his is on.
You can still see all the details. But when you see something at a distance, the game can replace all the HD textured models with cheaper PNGs without anyone noticing. This makes it so that the game can save up on your GPU, because in this style, a flat image can perfectly mimic a 3D model. But I have to point out,
Telecasters.
this game is still
So that's kind of like what WoW does with like Torghast and Nama, except for whenever you get closer to it, you realize it actually is just a PNG.
heavy on your CPU, because it is constantly calculating
Yeah, in the
positions
tree.
in the world. I can talk about Genshin's graphics for days, there is honestly a lot to unpack here. Personally, I love the tiny detail where everything has an ever so slight outline, which mimics hard edges. This is the reason why everything looks like it could be part of a colorized manga.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
nice.
the key point is, these are all stylized graphics, which is something every game that wants to last long should aim for.
Exactly.
Stylized graphics simply age better. Look at WoW, League, and RuneScape. Compare them to games that try to go for realism, then
Yeah, Unreal. Yes, this is an actual.
Stylized graphics hide polygons a lot better than graphics that are trying to be more photorealistic.
PC game screenshot.
Like
I
if you
bet
compare Fear Effect 1 and 2 to Resident Evil 1 and 2, it's gonna look like Fear Effect aged way better.
It
Because they
is.
both use pre-rendered backgrounds, but Fear Effects is more like a pre-rendered looping video for background.
Yep.
years later. So even though
Fear
Genshin's
Effect 1's backgrounds are kind of slightly pixelated in places. Fear Effect 2's, if I remember correctly, were pretty damn good, almost
just
flawless.
got accidentally good because they were borrowed from Breath of the Wild.
I need to play those on
The
stream again.
style is doing wonders for them, and it can easily carry them for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I would
After
say so.
which the graphics would
We
slowly
need a
start
Fear Effect
showing their
remake.
age, which is why Fortnite got an upgrade. And when it comes
Yeah,
to showing age,
that's what they'll probably
rest
do with,
assured, that's
with
something
Genshin.
music will never do. From what I've heard, when it comes to music, Hoyoverse is exactly the same as something like Blizzard or Riot Games. The game
Alright, come on, get them together. Get them together. Perfect. Keep it just like that. Oh fuck, I fucked it up. Hold on.
There is really
Hold on.
good, but
Hold
it is
on.
more atmospheric, which is not the kind of music that becomes an earworm.
There we go.
However, a bit later, you get exposed to some brilliance. So far, my two favorite tracks are Combat Beneath Waves, which I had to blindly listen to because it comes from a future area and I didn't want to get myself spoiled.
Uh-huh.
And Beats of Water Drops, which starts
Looks
with
like we pulled
mystical
some
beats
more.
and loops, then the string instruments join in, and then the beat drops. Needless to say, I'm still waiting for all the beauty this game presents. And from the little taste I got,
I think a lot of games have pretty decent music.
I can't wait. Just like you probably can't wait for the biggest thing of this game.
I even like New World's music.
The character
That
design.
was great. Yep, there we
A
go.
wise
Okay,
man
here we go.
once said, I know it.
I don't
you
know if he's gonna survive.
Nobody knows
That's
it.
right.
They are doing it all on purpose.
They sure
It is
are.
all one pile of attractiveness to get you hooked on the gacha.
Let's see.
And there
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to have, like, hey, here's our new character. It's a fat guy with a neck beard, and he throws Doritos at people. And it's like a new element. It's called grease. Yeah, people don't want that.
My
It's
Amplify
a lot of
Magic is
exposed
actually helping
legs
him a lot.
everywhere.
Of course.
But the good thing about this
Oh,
is
they're
that
going after the
devs
healer.
are absolutely self-aware in this.
Absolutely.
Which means that oftentimes they can play into it for comedic purposes. If you don't know what I'm
Comedic.
talking about, this game has three kinds of characters. Sexy ladies, skinny guys, goblins. That's it.
I'm pretty sure he
For
still has a
everyone
potion
who
in
wants,
his
there's
pocket
no
too.
variety.
All the bots have
On one
potions in their
side, this is
pockets to
pretty
use at
sad.
the last second.
This guy's a little bit brown. This one
Or
is
not.
too.
That's
Because
fine.
sometimes I find some badass design on the enemies. And then I realize, yeah, I'll never play as that guy. On that topic, one very popular anime trait is a very old jacked up guy.
Right.
Come on, Genshin, at least give me that. On the other side,
Yeah, see, that's what I was hoping for. Like, there's got to be at least one big beefy dude, you know, one Giga Chad.
we have to give them credit where credit is due. Even though Genshin locked its characters in a box with some really hard limitations for the designs, somehow they still managed to make every character look unique, which is an insane achievement. Then again, I only quickly glanced through all the characters because I don't want to get them spoiled.
Okay.
Also, I expected like 20 characters. Genshin has like 60. I haven't seen that much, but even so, all the characters
Holy
seem to have
shit.
interesting designs. For example, I've seen a lot of characters wearing skirts.
I wonder
Because
why.
I assume it synergizes with climbing. But some are
Yeah, it
wizards,
does.
some are knights wearing armor underneath that,
Mm-hmm.
and some are...
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that one. Except it is definitely a unique design. Anyway, another limitation of the designs are the weapons. There are only 5 types. A sword, a claymore, a spear, a bow, a book. That's it. All the characters have to fit one of these. If there is a character with a shield, they are only ever gonna use that shield when they are using their abilities.
Okay.
Outside of that, they are primarily a spear user.
So there's no guns. There's not like a machine gun, a grenade launcher, a sniper rifle, like an M16 AK-47. No, okay, that's...
So the shield is not gonna be permanently out. I find this extremely limiting because that means there are no hammers, no staffs,
True.
no guns. Even though you can fight enemies that
I
have...
felt this way about New World. And also a little bit kind of this way about Final Fantasy. It's like sometimes I'd want to play a warrior in my Dark Knight, but I'd want to use a mace or an axe. But like
Better make
all
sure those
warriors use
Subies have
axes,
enough
all
dick
Dark
space.
Knights use swords. So there's like 2
I
exceptions.
said you better make sure those Subies
all of
have
these.
enough dick space.
At least I can confirm
Dick
because
space?
there are only 5 types of weapons. The
Is your dick
devs can
in?
take...
Wait, that's 9 weapons and a fish. No, that's a
I'm kidding,
fish.
but
That's
you
a
do need
fucking
more
fish. That's
hard
not a
space.
weapon. That's a fish.
their time with designing some really
It's the claymore?
cool-looking weapons. Also,
I
I
see.
noticed that a lot of characters share the same action animations, with only their special abilities and ultimate abilities changing. Except for the 5 stars. 5-star characters have unique animations on everything.
Smart.
And speaking of stars,
5 stars, that's the gotcha.
Why the hell are you
I think
still
it's time we
an angel?
tackle the elephant in the room.
What the
The whale
hell?
in the room.
The gacha system. When I decided to play this game, I knew very well what I was getting myself into.
So this one right here, remember the video that we watched? Remember this? $2.2 million views.
Into, despite never seriously playing a gacha game before. I knew I had strong will when it comes to spending money, but I still braced myself for all the predatory systems that might try to lure me in. After all, that's what gacha games are known for.
How many times, if you hit pity timer, or sorry, if you hit a 5-star, does it reset your pity timer? Yes. Oh, that sucks dick. Oh my god, that sucks dick.
And as I played, I found none of it. Now don't get me wrong, the gacha system functions on the very definition of gambling addiction. And that
Yes.
is still here. But
That's how it
outside of
works.
that, the game functions as a very good free-to-play game.
Okay.
You honestly don't have to pay for anything.
I still don't. No, I don't know how they added a character into the gacha whose name is literally Kaching. Like, I'm sorry. How the fuck do you do that? How do you do it? It's literally called Kaching. Kidding me?
And I decided to prove it by beating the game without ever paying a cent. There were definitely
Okay.
points where I thought I found a catch, but every time I snoop around, I find out that there are no real predatory catches. For example, around the world, there are big statues that heal your party. But these statues can only heal you for a limited amount every day. And I thought
Okay.
that was the catch.
That sounds
This
dumb.
would be the time limiter that would lock you into waiting, unless you pay. But
Yeah.
nope, one of the core mechanics is cooking, which heals your party.
Oh.
Not to mention that a lot of characters are healers after all.
Oh.
Then I thought that the moon thingies would be the predatory block. And
Yeah.
while I believe there is a way to bypass it with money, farming those
good.
materials doesn't seem to be a crucial block, unless you are at the very end of the game where you likely already beat the game. It seems like all you need is...
Sorry,
just
I'm
a
not
little
trying to
bit
get
of
too shot
patience
right
and-
now.
I think what I'll probably do is I'll probably play the game free to play until I think that it would be more entertaining to whale.
It doesn't even matter. What's also important to mention that Genshin is quite a casual game.
I can
There
see
is
that.
no PvP and you can beat...
No, for me, like, the reason why I started doing it in Lost Ark is because it just wasn't fun to watch somebody farm Chaos Dungeons over and over. It's just that simple. It's boring. So I just skipped it.
Most of the
Oh, that
bosses
boss
with
is here
any
this
character
time.
And any gear. Unless it is time limited, which
Good.
means you need damage. So while you can definitely say that these mechanics are pay to win,
Yes.
you don't feel encouraged to get into the pay to win scheme. Because you are not forced into competing with anyone. So
Does
at
this game have any leaderboards? Like, are there any leaderboards in this game at all? No. Okay. Yeah, then it doesn't matter.
the end of the day, all the traps around Genshin Impact are laid around pulling characters. And unfortunately, the hook of this game is so good that once you pay once, you're gonna pay again. It
Yeah.
simply encourages you to go for more. They have pity mechanics, which means that even though you got nothing from the pool, the next time you buy, the chances are higher. This is
I think, like, I mean, obviously, like, Rich spent, like, tens of thousands of dollars on this game. I think Tectone is into the six figures into it. It was nuts. Absolutely fucking nuts. Yeah, Tectone, yeah, 300K? Oh my god. Ooh.
That spade isn't ready yet. That spade isn't ready yet.
is how these games function in general. Statistically, it was proven that all you need to do is pay once for a game. After that, you are much more likely to spend
I
more.
want that
because
hunter
you
randomly
feel
aggroing the boss
invested.
right now. It'd be
break-
kind
you
of
break
This
down
pity.
is why
barriers.
Genshin is extremely dangerous.
Yes.
If you pay for a bad gacha game, you're an idiot. But
Yeah.
Genshin's design is legitimately good. You are likely to feel justified to spend money in this game. And that's where you need to be really careful. But again, I am a living proof that you don't have to spend a cent. The base gameplay makes it a really fun RPG without spending.
I'm not a fan. I still think they should have like laws against like buying things in video games that have like uncertain outcomes. I think everything you buy in a video game, it should have a very definitive outcome. Like if you spend $10 in a game, you should.
I only think that if you paid any money at all to play the game, period, like if you purchased it at a store or whatever, whether you paid $10 or $100, there shouldn't be any single microtransaction in that game, and I think that should be a law.
know exactly what you're getting every single
Think there
time,
could be a
and
law?
that's it. There should never be a gamble. There should never be
Yeah.
oh, you buy a ticket to do a gamble, or you buy residence or something like
There
that.
is no
that's
law
like
for that
repressed,
right now,
like in
woman.
Diablo Immortal. It should never happen. There's
duh.
no value. There's no improvement to the
product.
customer experience. All it is simulating gambling. There's
If you want to make a
nothing
free-to-play
good about it.
game
And the reason why every company
where a bunch
does
of
it-
neckbeards have to pay like fucking $3 to, you know, pull the metaphorical slot machine to see if they get their waifu, then That's different, I think. Because they didn't pay any money for that shit to begin with. They're still coming after me, yeah. Well, as long as you don't pull the boss, I don't care.
Though is because it works. It works really well.
Any money. And on top of that, I can mention another cool thing. To buy wishes, which are the core gacha mechanic, you spend a currency known as Primo Gems, which you can get a lot of throughout the game for free. It literally comes from everywhere. Opening chests, doing challenges, doing quests, doing events,
They got this.
claiming achievements, reading tutorials.
Those are all one-times though, right? Usually achievements and quests and chests are one-times.
Logging in, scratching your butt. Anything you do gives you Primo Gems.
That's the thing,
And I
yeah.
believe that's by design so that you engage with the gacha system often.
Right.
That way you are more likely to pay.
Well,
And
it's like if you have, the thing is, like, let's say you have 9 of the pulls, but you need 10, like maybe you buy the 10th one, right? That's how
seems
it
like
gets
the
you
game
into it.
gives you about 20 pulls per week, which is honestly fine. Now, I am aware that some of these are one-time claims.
Or like 20
the
pulls a
chests
minute.
will go away, just like some of the already set down quests or
Yeah.
achievements. So I asked around if it is just a bait, if the currency flow will slow down later, and the majority of people told me no. It seems like the late game will have other systems that will help you with that. It is true that at the beginning you get a bunch of wishes for free to try and hook you in.
Yeah.
But after that, it seems like there is still a nice and steady stream of Primo Gems. So again, you really don't have to pay for this game to enjoy it. So all you have to do is calm down your horny side.
See, with Vindictus, he didn't have to pay a dime either.
What also helps is that by law, the game has to tell you what chances you have in your wishes. If you want to do your homework, this is the formula for all the drops. Now, before we...
So based off of the math that I see here, it looks like it's going to cost a lot of money. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of money.
move on, I have to show you something that happened to me. I keep saying that the gameplay is fun and the combat is amazing, but that could be because on literally my first ever pull in this game, this happened.
I got 10, I know. What do I do now?
Is this? I thought it was. Oh, that's smart. So you get the you can do it for 8. Oh wow, 10 pull is always better. Yeah, guys. In case you didn't know, always do 10 pulls, guys. Never do single pulls. Single pulls are for like peasants or peons. Always 10 pulls.
Where do I click? Click wish. Wait, so I wouldn't get her unless I would go to this page specifically and do the wish.
Oh, they
thingy?
got a yellow one.
Wait, what did I do? What did I... What's happening? Did I pull some... Ah, what's happening? So I guess everyone is guessing what character I got.
Oh, what?
Oh, that's a very cool guy.
Oh, wow.
That's a guy with a big sword. And it's on fire.
Yeah, I need to play this.
0.6% chance. Dude, I've been grinding.
0.6. Holy shit. Out of his first box.
WoW. I've been grinding mounts that are 0.1% chance. This is fine.
Yes, apparently I pulled one of the most desirable characters in this entire game.
Wow.
From the first 10 free wishes you get. And I quickly found out why he is cool. The damage is not really a big point here. No matter how many stars a character has, it should always be somewhat balanced. So that doesn't matter. I just quickly found out that a lot of the obstacles the game sets in front of you can be solved with him. Some puzzles need you to spread a lot of fire around. Well, he has a big fire AoE.
That's
When
convenient.
you are mining, a small sword mines a lot slower than a big claymore.
That makes
so, of
sense.
course, this guy has a big sword.
Oh, shit.
And when you are mining unique stones, you need a big explosion to crack it open.
Well, we need
so
to
of
get
course,
this
the
guy.
big sword also causes big
Yeah.
explosions. Also, in this game, the
They
character's
said he gets
movement speed
replaced?
is based on their gender and how tall they are.
Uh-oh.
Taller characters are faster than shorter ones, and the male character is faster than female. Of
Oh.
course, this is a tall dude. So yeah, a pretty cool character on my first pull, after which I did a second pull. But I still feel confident you don't have to pay. You get free pulls anyway, and the game is a blast regardless. Lastly, I can mention that this game also have skins. At least, I think so. Throughout the last 2 years, they did not release a lot of them. I
Okay.
wonder if it was just not that successful, so they are slowly backing away. But that's it for the game. So that takes us to our final destination, the community.
Oh,
Here I have-
these are the people on Twitter. I know about this.
Talk about my own experience. Ever since I started playing Genshin, the Genshin community embraced me, and people seem to really love watching someone experience what they already know for the first time. Once again, my views on Twitch more than tripled,
That's
which
a
is
lot.
something I did not expect.
Oh, that's a wand.
This is simply insane.
But it
to me.
doesn't do
And
anything
yet,
for
since
me.
I'm having a blast, I think it helps the overall situation. Also, I learned about the memes like or lament or balls. And as I'm going through the story,
I know the
people
last
keep
one,
spamming in my chat
but I don't know
walls
from
of
Genshin.
anti-spoilers. Thank you guys. And people are totally fine with me experiencing what is referred to as 1.0 moments, which means glitching through the early dungeons, glitching through the floor, and experiencing stories
have
where
that
the
in Tower of
characters
Fantasy.
don't even bother with finishing their sentences.
Dares trespass on my mountain.
Oh, they have that in New World.
Excuse, can you stop having strokes? Can you finish your lines?
Foolish mortal, come forth and receive your punishment.
Can you finish your lines?
If I got a quarter for every time this happened, I would have 6 quarters. Which is not a lot, but god damn, why did it happen 6 times? So yes, I have to say the Genshin community is kinda great. But for every 1,000 people, there is that one guy. It's the guy who...
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the people in the Genshin Impact community, I remember whenever I tweeted this out. Let me see if I can find this here. Asnon Gold, Genshin Impact. Okay. So I tweeted this out. This was like last year. And as you guys can see, it got 22,000 likes. And people were very positive. Oh, God. Yeah, people were very positive about it. They were really happy. Like, there was obviously a few other people that were not, but overall, I would say that the community was positive.
And then he
towards
doesn't
me as
drop
well.
anything.
really hates it, and he can't stand anyone having fun in this game, especially it's the people you find on Twitter out of all places.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny how, unlike in League, the toxicity comes from around the Genshin player base. It does not come from within, which is something I'm definitely not used to. Those who actually play the game are fine with it. So just keep that in mind if you ever get scared by the Genshin community. Just don't
I
go-
don't think it really fucking matters, man. Like, it's like the Final Fantasy community has weirdos, the WoW community has weirdos, I'm sure Genshin has weirdos, like, every community has weirdos. And the thing is, the bigger the community is, the more weirdos it's going to have if it has the same percentage of weirdos. That's just the way math works.
to Twitter. That place is a hellhole, which is why I'm using it the most, I guess. But overall, I learned that people either really love the game or they really hate the game. There is no in between. And I'm curious to see if my opinion on the game changes over time. But that's really it. So, let's sum it all up. The game has some really good points. Gameplay is great. Combat is amazing.
It's lit.
Story is very good.
Ooh.
Besides PC, I also played Genshin on both PlayStation and mobile phone. I can tell you on PS5 the game looks gorgeous.
Does Genshin have autoplay?
On my phone, I can do dailies on it, but I wouldn't
No?
recommend a full
Oh,
playthrough on your
fuck.
phone. When it comes to the bad stuff, so far I am in the early game. And I noticed there is not a lot of challenging content. I was really hoping there would be some kind of a Dark Souls challenge, but from what people tell me, apparently there is not. Every problem can be
Look, Genshin is not made for people that are super serious. That's not what the game is for. Now, if they put a few bosses like that out in the world, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't care. I don't think who gives a fuck. But they probably just don't want to do that.
fixed with money, even though you really don't have to. And every time I did find something challenging, it was challenging because I was
You're like way
low
under
level.
leveled. Yeah.
So in the future, I'd really love some optional, harder content. But who knows, maybe the end game is gonna surprise me. Also,
I
the
heard it
only
won't.
really scummy thing that you can find in Genshin is that it heavily relies on FOMO. There are events which are really cool,
Like every
but the
single
content
game.
from those events will always go away, which means that entire storylines for some of those characters just vanish.
There it
It's
is.
usually not stuff that you can buy that goes away, but it's always stuff that makes you log in and hopefully engage with the gacha system. For example, there was an event where you could get Aloy as a character for simply leveling up your adventure rank.
Oh, that's cool.
A few weeks later, the character became unobtainable.
Ooh.
You didn't have to buy anything, you just had to log in and get tempted by all the new stuff. This is something I'll get better opinion on as I keep playing the game. But from people I learned that FOMO and events are a big drive for Genshin. Another thing I haven't experienced yet is content drought. I've heard that right before I tried Genshin for the first time, there was a bit of a break between content.
I feel like content drought for a lot of people, it's like, number one, it's not an MMO. Number two, just play another game. There's so many people that want to play one game and then make it to where that one game will never run out of content. And guess what? Blizzard did that in fucking Legion, BFA, and Shadowlands. Is that you can play the game 24/7 and you will never run out of things to do. And it was exhausting. It was awful. Let people finish.
But of course, I won't see that because there is a lot of new content there for me. So I wonder if I'll also run into that issue later. And finally, because I am constantly streaming Genshin, I'm doing all the grindy stuff off stream, so I can always save the main story for content.
Yeah, sure,
The
that's
main
what I
quests
did.
are supposed to be locked behind the adventure rank, which you're supposed to get by doing a little bit of a grind with the exploration. And of course, I'm doing all the grinds behind the streams. So I have not hit a point where the story would tell me, go off and grind. So far I managed to stay ahead with the adventure rank. So
Tectone says in chat, the problem is the content that gets added to Genshin isn't real content. It's walking around barren wasteland picking up resources that they try to force you to do summons on characters that you'll never get. And will get power crept 2 patches later anyway. Yeah, I've been spending years doing that in WoW. That's not too big of a deal. Yeah, no, I'm going to see. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to see for myself. That's right. Yeah, every MMO works that way. It's the same as, like, remember how Nick spent $18,000 on Lost Ark to do Argos? You spend $18,000 to kill a goat. That's way too much money to kill a goat. I'll tell you, you kill a goat
need
for
a
$100.
refreshment.
It was not that much. Yeah, you buy a goat, kill $100 at the most. And he's like, probably, I bet Nick's item level is like
Something a little
it's
stronger.
probably below one of the Hyper Express tickets now. Whereas, like, look at my item level. Remember how I was like 1490 and I had like best in slot gear, and then the new stuff came out and it didn't matter? Yeah, same thing.
have not experienced the
You want a Russian?
downsides of
Yes.
everything being locked behind the adventure
Not
rank
your beer?
just yet.
Tectone is
Correct.
actually
We'll
talking a
see
load
if
of
that
shit.
changes
Is
later.
that right?
That's it. That's my first impression of Genshin Impact. I came here expecting some really bad stuff, perhaps a bit of predatory stuff, and I just found an awesome game that I missed.
Almost
I will
died.
definitely stick around for the anime
I do too
story,
much damage.
and I might make 2
Oh,
more
shit.
Genshin videos. One where I review the entire story, and a second one to summarize my entire
there's 2 of them.
journey. I mean, so far, I only got through 1.0, and look at this monstrous video. I still
Oh, he actually healed me
now
for a
I
change, I'll be
become a
damned.
full-on Genshin
In that
content
case.
creator. I don't have the experience with the world for that. Genshin was supposed to be just a one-time stop on my journey to explore all sorts of video game stories.
See, my ultimate goal is to play all of these games so I can farm all of their controversies for content on YouTube. That's my goal. So yeah, like I have to know enough about the game to know why the game sucks, and I can create videos about why it sucks, or react to other people who made videos about why it sucked.
Nah.
It's that simple.
I'll just get
At
up
the
and
end of
make
the day,
one.
I am really glad I picked up this game
missed a
because
big
it
one in
opened
Genshin?
a whole
Yeah, I heard so.
new world for me. Which is more than Nintendogs ever did for me.
I hated that shit game.
I'm also gonna go smoke, so.
Okay. Get away from me, citizen. Yeah, you resist my flame, you dog. Too much cocaine. Is there a boss over here? No? Well, we're still gonna fight him. What is this? Hold on, what's this guy's gear again? I think I looked it up last night, but I don't remember. Hold on. Yep. Yep. Damn, that's pretty good. Like how I didn't even say what his rings were for a second. It's like I'm just too bad to know. Requires blood of... What? Apparently Talisman of Evasion is just like the best. Best item in the game. Why did it say 1%? I thought it said 12% before. I don't know. Maybe I just misread it. Who knows? Anyway. I'll send them right down the middle here. Alright, get them all together. Perfect. Keep them just like that for me. Boom. Boom. There's all the trash. Now we're just down to the elites. I'll face tank him. It's fine. My healer's actually paying attention to me now. Any more bone fragments? Wonderful. Alright, now this is the part where I need to start using my polymorph. It's the only way I'm going to get through this. Thank you, beautifulest wife.
You're welcome, handsome husband.
Mm. 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 There we go. Alright, here's the deal. Guardsmen are always paired up with conjurers, I remember that. So I need to sheep the conjurer. Pull the guardsman. Guardsman's pulled. Take him down.
That's still recharging. That's that's still recharging.
Okay. So we got about 3 mobs. I'll probably get an aggro here. So let me just sheep this one. Flee. Blink. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go all the way back here. All the way back. This way it gives, by the time the conjurer comes out of poly, he'll meet us at the entrance, so I don't have to worry about pulling anybody else. Ideally. Yep, there he is. I need to reapply some buffs here. I should probably drink. Okay, so there's a guardsman here and a conjurer. So same thing.
That's still recharging. Cast that yet.
Same thing here.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
I'm gonna have to reapply buffs. All of them. Okay, so for this one, the guardsman. Guardsman needs to die or be sheeped. And then the conjurers need to die. So I can reapply buffs after this. Oh shit, woke up the conjurer. Oh well. Woke up, Deepali, whatever. You know what? They fucked up is what they did. One in layman's terms. It's alright. Once these guys are focused, it's really easy. It's actually, it's almost criminally easy. It doesn't get hard until you're in there. You know, I'm just gonna apply new buffs. They pretty much got this covered. Okay, so let's see now this guy's newer video,
New.
starting from the
Necros
beginning.
says Genshin Impact is the best live service he has ever played.
So, at the current pace of how fast we are releasing videos, I realized one thing. We're going without a script. I mean, making videos without a script is the dream of every YouTuber.
Oh,
right?
you know what?
But
Yeah,
lately,
fast
it's just
forward that
15
part.
minutes and be happy. And if you don't do your dailies and you just don't...
Hold on. There we go.
And yeah, in case you don't know, I somehow kinda created two audiences for me. There is my League audience on YouTube, but on Twitch, I actually have a totally separate segment, which is my Genshin audience. And now I'm just trying to bleed the two sides into each other.
League
so
isn't a very good game to stream unless you're a super competitive player. Or you're like very entertaining or something like that. Like it's very hard to stream League and be entertaining.
here we are. If we want to talk about why Genshin is a great live service game, let's first talk about what Genshin does well. Genshin is a very simple and easy game. The point of everything is really to just consume the story.
Okay.
You can look for challenges and you can try hard, but if you try hard, you just speed up the gameplay. That's kind of the reward. But I would argue that in general, Genshin is actually the pinnacle of casual gaming. You can log in.
Oh, I would agree with that. I
Get
think
rid of this
anybody
one
would.
first.
Yeah, Genshin Impact. This is the casual Landy game. Absolutely.
into your daily quest, spend your resources, and just log out in like 15 minutes and be happy. And if you don't do your dailies and you just don't want to play, then who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
This is such a nice change of mindset from all the other live services. So already, somehow, Genshin is a step ahead with the fact that it is a great casual game.
Fair.
But the story is also really good. Now, I have to mention that while some of the latest stories that came out are some of the best narrative I have ever seen in any game, the early content definitely had some rough edges.
I wonder if that's actually true, because that's what people told me about A Realm Reborn in Final Fantasy. And maybe this is a super unpopular opinion, but I actually kind of liked A Realm Reborn more than Heavensward. I felt like Heavensward was Lord of the Rings, and A Realm Reborn was Game of Thrones.
Without spoiling anything for all the people who have never played Genshin, it's not that the story in the early patches would be bad. It's just that the pacing was awful. There were times where you were doing taxes for 6 hours.
That's what people told me about Final Fantasy, and that part was true. Absolutely.
Got to the strong point in the story. Now the strong point was really good, but god damn, sometimes the story can drag a lot. But thankfully they learned from their past mistakes, and these days the stories are simply really good. And there is a good reason
Great.
why Hoyoverse is focusing on good story first. Of course, in any video game, gameplay is king, and I can easily say that Genshin's combat is one of the best combat systems I have ever played.
Well,
So
that's impressive. Holy shit. Yeah, I think that's one of the big things, is making sure the combat is actually good and fun to play. Like, I don't know why. So this is especially true, man. It's so especially true with Western developers. The game looks amazing. The voice acting is really good. The cinematics are great. The menus look really nice. But the game plays like fucking garbage. What the fuck are you doing? How is it that everything is good? Everything is good except the gameplay. It drives me crazy.
when you then slap a good story on top of it, suddenly you have a world that feels alive. Over the years, you can see how it is developing, and suddenly, with a good story behind the characters, you also start connecting with the characters. And keeping you engaged in this kind of stuff is really good for gacha games,
Yeah, of
because the
course it
more
is.
you like certain characters, the more likely you are to pull for them. So, in order to keep everyone hooked on the ever-developing world, Genshin gets a story update every month. Every month there is a major patch that adds in
That is
new
nuts to keep up with that much content for that long. Oh my god. Once a month.
story quests for major characters.
It's 40
On
days,
top of that, you
6 weeks.
usually
Yeah,
also
that's
get an
still a lot.
Archon quest, which pushes the main story forward. But also, roughly every 3 to 4 months, there is also a new sub-region, which usually gives you a new chunk of land to explore, but it also gives you new mechanics that help you explore that area.
Alright.
See, I need to get in and play this game eventually because, like, this is one of the things with Final Fantasy is that one of the best things about playing new games is I can farm content about the new games. And it's
Shit.
like whenever
Took a
Final
wrong
Fantasy
turn.
releases new content, I can't really farm it.
I'm gonna
because I
take
haven't
them way
finished
the
the
fuck
old
out
content.
here.
Very soon. It's gonna be very soon,
Way
guys.
out here.
Very soon.
Again, I don't want to spoil much, but yes, nearly every region has a new way of exploration. And then, of course,
Okay.
roughly every year, there is a whole new region, which comes with bunch of new stories, new
Founders have to
exploration.
die first, people.
Now, while as I'm explaining
forget.
this formula may sound just fine, in reality, this formula for a live service game is so powerful that other games are now trying to copy it. For example, Diablo 4 was confirmed to also have
She is so hot. But yeah, true.
monthly updated stories. Because with these kinds of updates, you can really turn your game into a live service with a growing world. Now, I don't know if Genshin was the first game that really tried to push for this style of quick story updates. Because previous
This is going so much better than it was last
I'm
night.
pretty sure other games did this in the past, but it's
Poly
kind of
polling
like
is the
whenever
new
you
meta.
have a game that does something really, really well, and it becomes super popular, everybody just attributes everything to that game. It's kind of like the joke that I made about how every game that has a big tree is copying Elden Ring.
Obviously, as far as I know, in other games, you usually had a bunch of big stories every expansion pack. But the quick short stories weren't really a thing. Needless to say, if you want to prove that it really works, just look at how other games are trying to copy what Genshin does.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I have a long history of covering the lore of League of Legends, which to this day I still believe is one of the most beautiful universes I have ever encountered. But we haven't seen a new story for this universe since October last year.
Well, wasn't Mage Seeker a story though? I feel like Mage Seeker was a story, wasn't it? Is that canon? I think it's canon. It's an
Oh,
old
there's
story?
skeletons in here now.
Really? Okay, so it's just a retelling. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's really the main reason why I'm kind of like exploring other games now. But you know, a good story wouldn't really be enough for a live service game to keep people engaged. A story can be as good as it wants to be, but without good gameplay, nobody will be there to experience it. Which is where Hoyoverse really shows their passion. Because on top of rolling out the monthly stories, they also have weekly events. And these can be anything from a tiny story to a combat arena where you get
It's gotcha, Sif. That's good.
to try different characters with different power-ups and under special circumstances.
That's cool.
These are essentially special game modes. Again, a great way to tease people into pulling for a character if they like them in combat. But these can also be massive events with games.
I need to
like
go out
these
farther.
two right here. Oh my god. Like, I feel like these two characters, I think her name is Yellen and this one is Hu Tao. I don't know what this one is. These
There
two
we go.
have farmed so many fucking simps. It is insane. All of the time. Like, there are so many fucking simps for these two characters. It is disgusting.
In games.
The best
I
selling
can't
banner?
believe
Yeah, I
that
bet.
one day I just logged into Genshin and I just played on the same day Guitar Hero, Pac-Man, and really
How do
weird
you know them? Bro, I know who Jeffrey Dahmer is. That doesn't mean I'm a cannibal. Settle down.
Pokemon Snap. And on the next bigger event, I just played an auto battler inside Genshin.
Oh, that's
They
great.
just casually made TFT and then let it go 2 weeks later.
There it
And
is.
apparently, I missed a lot of these events by not playing in the last 3 years.
Yeah, you should have played the game.
I was told they also made prop hunt, racing games, Flappy Birds, and God knows what. I have honestly never seen this level of passion be put into a game. And it's a gacha game.
I'll tell you guys that, like, for Honkai Star Rail, you know what really sold the game to me the most? What was the most fun that I had in the game? The most fun that I had was whenever I pulled the legendary character. All right. The second most fun that I had was whenever I got in the cupboard and it was this weird fucking dialogue of this person having these, like, fucking fantasies in their mind of hearing voices whenever they're sitting in a cupboard. And the reason why is because it was so fucking stupid. Like, that's why it was good. It was yeah, trash can lore. Yeah. That thing was so damn good. Yeah, actual schizo moment. Yes. And it was the Garbage King. Yes. It's clever, it's funny, and it's not, like, forced. It's not like it's not lay epic memers. It's not some sort of like, you know, like, it's not like, fuck. It's not like whenever a corporation does an April Fool's joke. It was just funny. It was lighthearted and funny and free-spirited.
They are supposed to be weird and
It's
shady.
natural, yeah.
Not good. And funnily enough, I've seen that people who have been playing Genshin for a very long time got spoiled by how good their events are. Apparently, when the auto battler came out, people were like, yeah, it's fine. Alright, back to farming artifacts. Like, it seems like the veteran players got numb to how awesome it is to have these rotating game modes in your main game. Meanwhile, I come from League. Yes, the last
That's
time
about it. Yeah, well, don't you have that one where you can play, like, one dude, it's called, like, ARAM or some shit, and you can just run in and kill people? That's about it, right?
a game mode that wasn't a recycle of an old one was, I believe, 2 years ago. I know it's a bit unfair to compare League to Hoyoverse. And Riot is also currently struggling with people leaving after COVID took its toll. But you know what? Yeah, we can compare them. It seems like this is what happened to...
Well, they're both games, and people decide to play one game or another game. Like, every game effectively competes with every game, because it's a marketplace of attention. Of course. I think the reason why people lose interest with League of Legends is that it's effectively the same game. It will always have
No,
fans.
I wish it
People
was,
will
but no.
always love it. But there's a scope for that, and people will grow tired of it after 10 years, especially. And the reason why Genshin is trying all these different game modes, by the way, is so they can get people to play the game in different ways, because people are probably tired of playing the game the ways that they've already played it for 3 or 4 years. World of Warcraft did this too. Like, I think successful games, one of the things that differentiates successful games is that successful games you can play
Where's
them
my
in a lot
healer
of
at?
different ways. There are exceptions. You've got things like Counter-Strike. But in general, I think that's true.
League for focusing on the competitive play for so long, while kinda ignoring their casual players who still make the majority of their players.
It's like a good example of this. Yeah, they just do ignore casual players because it's a competitive game. It makes sense. But anyway, like, look at PoE, right? Like, think about PoE whenever it came out. You did maps, right? That's maps. You do maps, and then after you do maps, you do more maps. Then, now, what we've got is you've got Delve, you've got fucking bosses, you've got special maps that they've added, you have Delirium maps, which are kind of the same thing, but they're not exactly the same thing. And let's see, the Atlas, yeah, you have the Atlas stuff. Let's see, are there any more versions of playing the game? Oh, you had that, what was the one that we did? Heist? Yeah, I forgot all about Heist. I'd fucking do it. But then you had Heist, you had the new one. Temple. Temple's basically a map. And what's the new one from like Sanctum? So you had all this new stuff. And these are all different ways that people play the game.
And yeah, sometimes you need a little bit of a slap to pick yourself back up. I wish League would have the same live service updates that Genshin has. I genuinely wish for that. Actually, super quickly, there is one more thing that I almost forgot to mention. Even though Genshin has little to no real endgame, they have the Spiral Abyss, which is essentially a roguelike for your max level characters where you just go and kill some bosses.
Wow.
But every 2 weeks, they actually rotate all the enemies on all the endgame floors. And sometimes they introduce new enemies into this roguelike, which you can't find anywhere else in the game. So even if you don't care about any of the minigames and you just wanna fight and you don't even care about the story, they still update that as well. So yeah, I just quickly wanted to mention that even without a real endgame, they are still updating the endgame. On top of that, Honkai Star
Well, it's also that the reality is that the amount of hardcore players that really care about the endgame is not that many. But the thing is that all of those hardcore players are on the internet. And they're all giving their feedback. 10 hardcore players sounds like 100 hardcore players.
Discord.
And 100 casual players sounds like 10 casual players. So whenever you see a lot of people that are really vocal about something, that doesn't necessarily mean they're the majority.
Just released, and I'm kinda happy to be there with the initial wave of new players. Because after learning what they can do, I definitely don't want to miss out on what Hoyoverse can do. I missed a lot by not playing Genshin. And I don't want that to happen again. Some people laugh that I'm currently on my gacha game story arc. So yeah. See you on the Astral Express, because there is a lot to talk about.
There you go. Yeah, FOMO aware. FOMO at its finest, though. Well, if people are enjoying FOMO, then it doesn't matter. I think that's really what the difference is. If people don't care and they're enjoying themselves and they're happy, then does it really matter if it's FOMO or not? I don't really think that it does. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. They know how to get and keep people excited. Well, yeah, hot girls. Like, the thing is that, like, there's somebody. Whenever I see this, like everybody knows why I would play this game. But there are other people and they like other characters too. And that's why the games are popular, is they have different reasons. I like more characters in Star Rail than Genshin. Well, I'll have to play it more to find out for myself. But yeah. Why is Kafka's face hidden? Sus. I feel like she's obviously like a... there are characters like Kafka and March 7th that are basically, all they do is they exist to simply move the story forward. They are either an element, like, they are basically, they are either malevolent chaos or ambivalent chaos or some form of stupidity. You know what I mean? And so that's why you have those characters. Those characters are in every gacha. Well, if you think about it, those characters are in almost every story.
All right, now we're gonna go ahead and poly him,
kind of move the story forward.
And we're gonna switch over to the Conjurers.
Cause stuff like that to have happen. Oh, actually, let me link you guys this video before.
The other one's gonna come running out now.
Very good videos about the Riot MMO, and whenever that comes out in 17 years. I look forward to seeing his videos about the lore for that game.
Alright, here's the one from before. Oh, that video
Here
ended.
we go.
New.
Normally, you see me playing Genshin Impact, and you say, God, he's so fucking angry. Well, I am very angry. That's because I'm tired and not because of this game. Now, I'm going to be doing a pros and cons list. I'm going to be giving my game rating for Honkai Star Rail. For what it is, I'm going to give it a game rating for it being a gacha RPG. So I'm going to be rating this as a gacha game, not a real title, okay, because this is a gacha game. So
Not
I'm
a
gonna
real
rate it
game.
as a gacha game. So I want to go over everything, and then you can decide. And I also want to do my review for 1 day, my review for 1 week, my review for 1 month. If you want my full, honest opinions, I do not pull punches. I'm going to tell y'all how it is, how I feel. Maybe my opinions change, maybe they don't. But right now, I'm going to give you my initial feel. So we're going to start off with the pros. We're going to go to the cons, and then we're going to do all around. We
All right.
will be starting right now. First of all, combat. Very good, very smooth. It is a turn-based RPG.
I agree that I think the combat is good. I agree. I think it is actually good. He's biased. Isn't he free to play? Why would he be biased?
You get exactly what you would expect. Turn-based combat. It feels fantastic. One of the smoothest, if not the smoothest, turn-based RPG I've ever played. And yes, I have played Epic 7, and yes, I have played Summoner's War. I prefer this one. The knockdown system is cool. The stamina system is cool. The energy buildup is cool. It feels dynamic. It feels flowy. It feels very, very, very good. And the fights are not that easy. Now, keep in mind, I am 100% free to play. I have not spent a dime. I have not spent a dime on this game yet. And
Oh, no wonder they're hard. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. This is, yeah, no, he's not, by the way, guys. Did they even pay him to play Honkai Star Rail?
Yes.
I know me and Jimmy got
Any
paid.
trash in
I don't
there?
know if Techdown
Why
got
would I have
paid.
any trash in here?
I don't know. For one
You know what?
stream.
don't plan on it. I don't plan on it because it being harder.
Wait, he
Your
picked a
desk is
girl?
fucking nuts.
Bro, he playing a girl.
Feels very good. I have the Trailblazer, I have March 7th, I have Don Hang, I have Asta, I have Serval, I have Herta, and I don't know how I got this, but I also got Only Silence Remains on this thingy. And then for my summons, I have done 40 pulls on my Warp. That's all from day one currency. And then I have done 4 summons on the premium banner. And I have gotten a total of all. I have multiple copies that I have.
For me, I just got the best character in the game like 5 times. So it was kind of convenient for me that I just ended up having that happen.
Of course.
For Asta, but I am not going to use them yet. I am not going to use her Eidolons. I have 2 that I could unlock, but I'm not going to do it because I want to know what the real free-to-play experience is because that's very important to me. Okay, but so far
I
the
mean, free-to-play players can do spins. They just can't do as many.
combat feels very good, challenging, and rewarding. Let's go to the story. The story, get this, feels very...
Is it me, or is like playing a game for free becoming more taboo than actually putting money into it? Like, what the fuck is going on in our society?
good. It's very interesting, and the majority of it is...
I think the story is fine. I don't know if it was like...
You remember how fucking people would make fun of you for like spending money on a free-to-play game? Like that was the thing in League of Legends for the longest time.
super great,
It's like, oh, you know, so-and-so got a hold of their mom's credit card.
or at least so far. It's not, I wouldn't say it's super
Yeah.
great. I think the best stories in Honkai Star Rail are the stupid side stories that you don't need to do. That's whenever you get the real good content. The main story is like, okay.
fully voiced, and the way that it is voiced is very good for
Oh, yeah.
what I've experienced so far. The characters have personality, the main character can talk, and here's the
I
best.
do think the characters do have good personalities. I think he's right about this. Absolutely.
Best part, there's no Paimon. If that's not a reason enough to try this game.
Isn't Paimon just an annoying, stupid little girl? And like we just have that in this game too? Yeah, it is, right? Well, we have that. It's March 7th. She's annoying and stupid too.
I don't know what is, because
Navi, yeah.
holy shit, you would be shocked at how much better Hoyoverse can tell a story when there's not a stupid dipshit that you have to listen to 24/7
Is it
that
that bad?
ruins the vibe non-stop. March 7th fulfills the role of Paimon, and she is
does.
everything Paimon wishes she was. March 7th is adorable, and I love her. And she doesn't look like an annoying fucking rat. She is adorable, and she's just a
Yeah, she doesn't look like a rat. That is true, absolutely.
ray of sunshine, and I genuinely care about the character. And
I do feel kind of bad. I feel like on a scale of like 1 to 10, I feel like a 3 whenever I choose the mean dialogue option to her. You know, she's like, do you think I'm stupid? And then it's like silence at the bottom. She's like, oh, I don't like you anyway.
don't feel weird because it's not a weird floating stupid baby that I want to strangle. Pretty much the idea is you wake up, you have no memories. Yes, it's very cliche, but here's the cool thing. We're not looking for our brothers and sisters. We're actually an atomic bomb. Yes, how I got reincarnated as a nuclear bomb is the name of the game.
That's
and
nice.
you go from planet to planet and you try to cure the planet's cancer.
Because they have nuclear bombs on them too.
I'm thinking will happen after you cure the planet's cancer. It will become beautiful, vibrant, and just for 2 seconds, I told a hilarious joke and my chat laughed at it. I would have the chat on the screen, but they were very bad, so I had to turn them off. But yes, I am still live on making this video, and because I put chat on the stream because they were being good, and now I'm taking them off because they're in trouble. Yes, chat, you're in trouble. Continuing on, the graphics are absolutely fantastic.
Can you imagine being this guy? I've vaguely met occasionally met people like this before. Where it's like, isn't that like Asperger's or something? Where you take what's the thing where you take serious things not seriously, and you take not serious things seriously. There's like a disorder or a word for that, and whatever it is. I mean, you could probably just say autistic, but I trying to have an expansive vocabulary here so I can sound super smart. Two healers. Oh, we could just ollie this skank, run out the door. Oh, there's a guardsman. Okay. Let's focus the healer, please. I agree with this. I agree with this AoE strategy. Come on. Boom. Alright, Conjurer should be coming around the door any moment. Any moment now. Any moment. Okay, there they are. Around the door. Around the corner. Around the outside. And these people are like all over YouTube. I don't know. But you know what it is? It's a lot of people have that personality or disorder. Is it a personality or is it disorder? Like I genuinely don't know. Okay. And the lines are so blurred nowadays between mental disorder and personality or gender preference that maybe it was like a disorder at one point. You know, back when they were giving out the electroshock therapies and shit like that. But maybe nowadays it's considered a personality. I don't know. But either way, point being, these people tend to cultivate and gravitate and stuff together around the same people of similar with similar issues. Yeah, I don't know. And you know, another thing, but in the defense of these people, it could just be the way that nerds talk nowadays. You know, it could just be the way nerds talk now. You know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe these people are legitimate 2020s neckbeard nerds. Maybe that's what it is. Because nerds throughout history, they've always had this different way of talking, you know. Maybe this is just the new way that they talk now. You know, they're not over here fucking pushing up their glasses, sounding like Steve Urkel. You know, I don't know. I find him annoying. That I can tell you.
Fantastic. They are everything that Genshin does and more.
Yeah, I think graphics in the game are good. I think that every single, like...
I would think that there's a slight amount of autism there, because you can tell he doesn't really process anything he's saying before he says it most of the time.
There are almost no games like this that have bad graphics. I mean, really, like, people have pretty much got this down.
Sound design is fantastic. The characters look a lot better.
Don't be going through that door. You don't know what's over there.
I think the main character looks super fucking boring. I do. I think the guy version looks boring. The girl version looks boring. Where is it? Oh, no. Just give me a minute. I think she's kind of boring. Okay? Like, she's nice. It's not a big deal. But she's not super interesting.
You know, I played with a few Magic the Gathering players that sounded like this. In fact, that's where I hear more of it. Like, if you go to like any sort of card game or board game collection of people, you hear people like this all the time. They almost, like, at least 50% of them sound just like that guy.
They look is also how they feel, which I very much appreciate.
I wish I could
I don't
change
have
some
many
of that.
flashy characters, but I actually do genuinely enjoy the way the characters looks. Sure, Don, Hang, and Asta live a little bit.
Maybe it's just like they never really became adults mentally. Maybe that's what it is. They spent so much time. These games, you know, when I was in high school, I played video games more than anybody in my graduating class. I can tell you that for a fact. I played video games more than anybody else. I would go to school and I would come home and I was literally playing Halo 2 or Halo 3 all day. We're talking 10 to 18 hours a day. Okay? But how come, like, they sound like they were playing more than I was, unless they were playing different games, unless they were just playing D&D. Because you don't, there's no statistic for those people. They're worn online. I don't know.
This one's hot,
This is a weird topic of conversation.
Beautiful. Same thing with Himiko as some of the other 5 stars. But I think March 7th is just about a perfect character as you can possibly get. The world.
It's about as awkward as discussing, like, what they use to clean. Never mind. I was gonna say what they used to, like, clean up the I don't know, gas chambers during the Holocaust. You know, I don't know. It's awkward.
Also feels very, very, very nice. The world kind of feels like how I imagine.
Metal mages are dangerous.
Or at least the
I know
current
that.
area that I'm in. There's also another spaceship area, but the world does look very cool. You know, I'm not really thinking.
There's a point. Somebody brought up the point that maybe the character is boring, so you can put yourself in their shoes, and it's more of like a generic character that you can see yourself as. That's a good point.
Are you saying I'm boring?
I wish they would have done this, wish
What?
they would have done that. I mean, I think they just did a really good job. It feels unique, you know, something I really haven't seen before, or at least something I have before with a nice little twist. The old
Yeah, let's kill the battle
twist, the
mage
old Bloodwood
first.
method, and it feels very good. The music is fantastic, and the really fun thing is there's a little choo-choo train that you can go on, and I'm not going to show you where that's at because I'm running low on time and I need to get my daily task on time. But the problem is I'm enjoying the game so much that I'm playing so
Yeah,
slow.
they got it
The
here.
music
They
is
got it
very
here.
good. If you don't believe me, just boot in the login screen. Hear that
I don't
intro
even need to direct him.
The game plays
This
well.
guy's gonna come flying past
There's
the
nothing
around the
about the
corner
game
here.
that does not
More
play
than likely.
well. The only criticism that
I know,
have
he's coming
is
out
that
right
you
now.
can't jump. I want to be able to jump.
See if I can get this guy to
That's it.
come on me here.
that
No
we're
homo.
getting, and you will straight up bust. Maybe my editor will even put it on as the background to this video, but I don't know. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. To be honest, he's probably
I'm going
playing
so
game.
much farther than I was on my
Let's
pal.
talk about the cons. Let's just go ahead and get it out. The gacha in this game is horrible. It's the same as Genshin's. Rates are shit. The banners are bad. When I pull, I'm sad. I'm free to play. I've gotten, and I'm pissed off. But
Oh,
every
shit.
gacha system is bad. That's just
The thing is with these people, are they actually pissed off? Because I don't know, they say they're pissed off, but they never sound like they're pissed off.
the truth. But the good news
There's a
is the
spectrum.
game is still fun even when you use shitty units.
Yeah.
So I'm actually fairly happy with that. But I will.
The gacha system is bad. I remember that him and like everybody else was playing Tower of Fantasy whenever that one came out. That was the last one I played. Were so mad and they were saying the gacha system was awful, and I spent like $1,000 and I maxed out every single character because I just got ridiculously
Let's just do
lucky.
this.
And everybody was mad at me.
Let's just
Like,
do
I
it
just
this way.
randomly happened to pull every good character.
I'll admit, pulling in this game, it makes me want to rip out my eyeballs and die a million deaths. Especially now, I can't overcome the pulling system because I can't
No,
spend.
bro, like I'm telling you, people spent $5,000. No, I'm not even kidding. People spent $5,000 and they couldn't. Get
Oh,
to
yeah,
where
definitely
I was at
focus
with
the priest.
$1,000. You know why?
Before he bends me over the altar.
So it's not a big deal. It's like what I said, like winners win. There it is. Lucari spent 4K and Nikkei to get everything? Yeah, well that's because it wasn't me. Like if it was me, I'd have spent 4K, I'd have got everything in 2K. And then I had the other 2K and there'd be nothing else to do with it. So yeah. Let's see here.
Money on the game, which blows. Next, the open world does feel a little bit not that open. It is very, very,
Wait, there's an open world? I didn't even know it was an open world.
very limited because, oh wait, lol JK, it's actually just not an open world. There's a lot of instances saying, which me personally, I don't mind, but god damn do other people do it, and so does my chat, enough so where I feel like I should have credit
it's not
to
open
them.
world.
Last thing, second to last thing,
Okay.
there's no skip button to some of the dialogue, which thankfully the dialogue is good. And
It's
I would-
voice acted.
I think I
don't
need to
mind
go
it.
this way
would
first.
want
I
to
don't
skip,
remember.
But there's gonna be a lot of people who do want to skip, okay? And lastly, lastly, there is no f***ing jump.
Thank you. Fucking thank you. How do you not have a jump? I don't understand it. Like, what's wrong with you? How do you not do this? There's no jump.
There's no f***ing jump. I don't even need it to use it. I just like being able to jump.
Yeah.
So you can't run and jump, which is crazy to me. I feel like I'm playing
You don't
Ocarina of
need
Time
to?
again. It's
I
making me lose my
do.
mind.
I
That
need
being
to
said,
jump.
I will say this. This is in my top 3 gacha I've ever played of all time, okay? Maybe even top 2. Obviously, Genshin is the best gacha I've ever played. Oh my god, she took photos of herself and she's posting them on social media. Oh my god, March 7th, I love you so much. This game is really good. Right now, with everything I said in mind, I would give this game a solid 8.5 out of 10 as far as gachas go.
You know, hearing the people that enjoy these games talk, I feel like I wouldn't like Genshin. I liked Vindictus. I liked Rift, kind of. I didn't really like Aeon. Aeon was... Let me tell you something. If you love Vanilla WoW and you don't like Aeon, like, I don't know what the fuck your problem is, because it's basically the same game. Aeon is incredibly grindy. Incredibly. I think the problem is that Aeon came out after Burning Crusade or Wrath or whatever, and people kind of got like a little spoiled. With how good the questing was and the XP gain was in Burning Crusade and like I'm pretty sure you get like 10-15% more XP in quests for the same quests on Burning Crusade as you do in vanilla. I'm pretty sure you get like 10-15% more. We have to reapply buffs. Alright, is this the scroll I need? No. Holy shit. Do I even sheep him at this point? I think I just burn him. Pretty tanky though. And again, it's possible that I'm overanalyzing things, but I don't know. It's just maybe I'm autistic in that way to where I'll be listening to a video and then just something about it just sticks out to me more than like the video, you know. I think it's because like for example, like if I'm watching a video and a guy's like reviewing something like a game or whatever, but he's on camera, right? And he's talking about it. It really catches my attention when it's obviously scripted and he's using a lot of hand gestures. He's moving his hands around a lot. I don't know. It doesn't really necessarily catch my attention, but I find it funny and I find it quite generic.
I think this is exactly the break that Hoyoverse players are going to need to be able to back out of Genshin, relax.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking weird. Okay. Wait, what? How the hell did you do that? This must be video editing. Somebody made Genshin look like Witcher 3.
I want.
Hold on, I'll be to see at the end here. Apparently, Animal Crossing is more popular than Minecraft. I did not know that. Combine with top and bottom. Oh, shit. Trying to fart without shitting. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say I pooped earlier. Shouldn't have to poop again. Oh, I do need to reapply buffs, don't I? Well, in that case... oh, yep. You guys are going for the right person already. Awesome. In that case, I will sit back here and just, put Arcane Intellect on everybody. Wonderful. Oh, the other sorcerer is awake here. I want to say I do this after. Oh, 2 defenders. This will be easy. Target the 59 first. I'm already almost halfway. I could probably just grind Strathholm at this point, trying to get them out. Especially after I turn in the quests. Apparently in vanilla, it's highly recommended that you do Scholomance before you do Molten Core because of the gear, but we'll see.
Year-old man is discovered squatting inside a bank-owned multi-million-dollar mansion.
It cost a person millions if they wanted to buy this home on Golden Harbor Drive in Boca Raton. But why fork out the cash or finance when a person could just squat for free?
There's a fine line between a trespasser and a squatter that actually has legal rights. This 23-year-old filed notice that he's going to stay in this mansion under the laws of adverse possession, which means that you have to try and occupy a property for a certain number of years, in this case 7, in order to have the title of that property transferred from its true owner to you. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is in fact legal. And doing it publicly, giving notice like this, is a requirement of adverse possession. It tells the owner, come get your property before someone else takes it. That's why the possession has to be done publicly, not secretly. And if the bank doesn't kick him out in 7 years, then the property is his.
23-year-old man is
I never fucking knew that, but now I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Going to gonna go squatting somewhere. Fuck this streaming business. Alright, so we're gonna focus that priest. Sheep this priest. Oh shit, I stopped moving. Oh, gotta taste my own medicine there.
That's still recharging. That's still recharging.
See, I think I heard about that when it comes to theft. If you can hold on to something for 7 years without the person finding it or trying to take it back, then there's nothing anybody can do about it.
I don't have a target. That's still recharging. It's not ready yet.
See if this guy is very hard. Didn't seem to be. If I remember right, after you fire the cannon, it gets a little hairy. No, we need to focus the boss. Warlock's just not casting anything. There we go. Unfortunately, I can't see anything now. I'm gonna read what you put here. Oh, now you res me. At this point, Kent really doesn't want to handle squabbles over things so old. Maybe if it had a receipt or something. Going to assume something good TV, care less about than a yacht. Maybe. Bullet, I don't need that. Helm of the New Moon, I don't need that. Cannonball Runner. What? Need? Just want to see what it does. Hmm. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, shit's about to get real hairy here. I better go make another drink. So, like, is it different when it's like a really crappy neighborhood and you have houses that are condemned and there's people squatting in the house? But condemned usually indicates that the house is uninhabitable. So the 7 years doesn't even really do anything there to begin with. Right? I don't know. Laws are weird. So what you're saying is crackheads have been doing the wrong thing this whole time and they should just be like breaking into foreclosed houses and squatting in there? Oh, they have to publicly, like, they have to go to the library and type something out or something. Oh, is that why they don't bother moving the crackheads? You can get fucking... You ever go into like one of those condemned houses? It's almost like you can get HIV just from walking inside the door. It's crazy. Okay, I fired it. Where's my trinket? I'm supposed to fire both of them? Or is this part of the boss battle? Like... Hold on. Now I gotta look it up. Because I played on... Every single player Project Core that I've ever played on has that part scripted differently. To where if you fight the boss, nobody shows up. But if you fire the cannons after you fight the boss, shit ton of mobs come running down that corridor. Shit ton. It was actually so bad, I'm pretty sure I had to nerf the mobs. Offered the bank and the city fight about it. The city doesn't want to put police at risk, and the bank of the property is back. Turtle comes to property. Turtle tug of war. Only winter squatters really. Only reason nice neighborhoods don't have this is because police won't do it. Citizens or other groups will. That's true. Nobody likes crackheads living on their block. See, this says Stratholme is a level 48 to 58 dungeon. I don't see that. I really don't. Cannon Master Willie, Crimson Hammersmith. Whatever. I'm done here. Let's wrap it up. Yeah, I know on our in our town there's like a suburban area and there's like some outlying houses on the street that are like really big. They're really nice, but all the windows are broken out. Some of them are boarded up. The roof over the patio is rotting, things like that. And you can see the notices on the doors and shit. It's actually kind of sad. I'm more sad that a house like that just was left to rot than anything else. Oh shit. Hope we're still fleeing, right? Okay, good. Oh wow, you only pulled one? That's convenient. That's super convenient. I'm about to pull more than that. Okay, you guys focus the monk, I'll kill the sorcerer. Sounds like a fair deal. Man, sucks getting fear spam. Yeah, that's another thing that's true, man. Like the cost of living to income gap has gotten so big. Like people used to like take a lot of pride in taking good care of their shit, like their lawn, their house, their family, their car, their driveway, their neighborhood. And now it's like, you know, only half the people, only like a quarter of the people in the neighborhood can afford to take care of half of that work, or a quarter of that work even. I mean, a lot of people have become so selfish that, you know, they don't even want to, and lazy, that they don't want to take care of anything. So, but you got the people that can't, and then you got the people that don't feel like it, you know? I'm gonna go ahead and poly the battle mage. Is this actually working? Holy shit. How long does this last? Hold on, how long does that last? It doesn't say, but that was like, what, 5 seconds? 10 seconds? I didn't really do that much damage, but it was kind of funny. I'm gonna keep that. In fact, I almost want to go into high DSQL and buff the damage that thing does. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like I work, where I work is essentially inflation proof. I'm not gonna say, I don't know if I've said what I do yet or not. I don't like to talk about it. I like to keep this kind of shit private. But basically, it's a union job, and they're even having trouble keeping up with it through contractual shit. And like they get cost of living adjustments, and they're usually anywhere from like, you know, 0 to however many dollars, and pretty much every single one of them, and they get 2 of them a year. Every single one of them has been like $1,500 ever since all this shit started. Usually they're like 100, 200, 300, but they're over $1,000. It's crazy. I mean, it was just literally 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I was making 13 an hour, and I felt like I was rolling in the fucking dough. Like, I didn't have any financial issues. I was going golfing twice a week. And now I'm over here making, you know, so much money an hour, and I don't even feel like I can golf right now. I think I need to, like, do, you know, save up a security fund and shit like that, because shit's just, you know, expensive. You just never know what's gonna happen. Oh yeah. Hey, you know what? Male stripper, that's pretty inflation proof. If you think about it, being a waitress is kind of inflation proof too, because the more the bill is, the more people are going to tip. If they tip based on percentages, a lot of people are assholes when they tip. They've been tipping $3 their whole life. They think that's a good tip. But most people tip based on percentage. And if you're tipping based off percentage, then you're going to make more money the more things cost. Imagine if waitresses had a union, or waiters and waitresses. Imagine that. Like 25% is automatically added to your bill for everybody, no matter how good or bad the service is, because you know that's what would happen. You would never have to tip again. It would just get automatically added to your bill. I gotta re-add buffs. I keep dying. Kinda sucks. One second. Okay, whatever. Where was I at? Probably this guy. Any more in here? Yep, there's one more. I'm gonna go ahead and have him pulled. And then we're just gonna step back a little bit. What, did he reset? Well, fine, just go in on him. He wants to be a dick. Oh shit, 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 shit. Flee, flee, flee. Summon, summon, summon. Focus him. He ran to us first. I think the other guys reset too. This is weird. I don't usually reset in the dungeon. Oh. And then we got these chowderheads. You know what would end up happening probably is that they would start making the restaurant pay more their higher wages or something. Alright, target him first. Target him first. He ran over here. Kill him.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's
Out. Battle mages or something else. I just applied arcane intellect to everyone too, so I just need to apply it to myself. I should be almost done with this dungeon. Well, this half of it anyway. Basically, I'm gonna do both halves at least, probably today, hopefully today. And then tomorrow, I'm probably gonna do the undead half again. Just try to get them out. Is there even anybody in here? No. Shit. Don't daze me, bro. That's a wipe. I should have pulled with the poly. I forgot to pull with the poly. I probably should have waited for the patrolling mob to go to the back of the hallway, though. Oh shit. Well, I'm pretty sure I have. They respawn this quick? Has it really been 2 hours already? You know what? I reset when my armor shot, and it's not shot yet, so. I went down the wrong fucking way, didn't I? Epic pull. Come on. It was such a perfect opportunity. You don't get that very often. Gotta kind of casually sneak in here. Now, this is where I'll be doing my normal 4 at a time. Definitely want to do a battle mage. I can't even tell who I'm targeting half the time because of how vanilla health bars move around in vanilla. A little disorienting. I like how when I was coming through here as a paladin, I was getting a bunch of cloth gear, and now I'm coming through here as a clothy, I'm getting a bunch of mail and plate. Bullshit. Got a 59, a 58. I shouldn't have to go very far here. Just two dudes.
That steel may charge in.
Basically, I'm probably gonna try to get the key to the city, and then I'm gonna go back and repair, and then come into the back way. I think the archivist is in there. I don't remember where he's at. So we got a little 60 monk. No battle mage. I don't know what that guy does, so I'm probably just gonna sheep him. And we're gonna focus the monk. Gotten like 3 light forge belts. Why can't I loot it? Oh shit.
That steel may charge in.
Alright, time to fuck this dude up. Well, I'm glad he's running out of the room like this. We don't have to all just funnel in there. Oh, that's right. I put that on there. My changes are actually reflected in the text now. That's awesome. Except I can't wear any of this. So greed, greed, greed. Oh, it turns you into a demon? That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, that's one of the items that was added over from classic version of the game. Anyway. So I don't know if that like makes townspeople attack you or something, but that's pretty damn cool. I think I'll actually leave that item on him, just because it makes sense. And I've decided pretty much any items I add to the game, I'm just going to make 100% drop rate. I was going to do like 25 or 50, but you know what? Fuck it. Like I actually have a, I don't know if you were here for that, but when I fought Kazakh, he dropped, I had him drop Ashbringer. And I believe it's, yeah, this one right here, this spot has Ashbringer now. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go get the key to the city here. Hopefully. So what is the other stats with that? 10 to 15 shadow damage? Okay. That's what that was. Alright. Let's get you all together here. Ooh. I know that got some attention. Yep. He's still coming after me. By the way, the 10 agility, 10 strength, 10 stamina, that was not actually on there initially. I added that. And this is actually the first core that I've played on that shows the stats that I add to items. So that's pretty cool.
That's it, charge in.
I still need bone fragments. The only thing that sucks about this is I'm gonna apply those and then I have to drink for the last one. I could use my thing, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw my tank in the middle of all that and see if he survives. Oh, I still have this. It's a lot of damage. I need to target a cadaver. There we go. I think it attacks pretty damn fast. 110. Let me put that in perspective. Do I have a guy with a sword? Yeah, that's twice as fast as the sword, and that's faster than his dagger. It's pretty good.
That's the only charge in.
We should be fine here. I don't have any mana. There you go. There you go. Get your hands dirty. That's what I like to see. want you to keep this AoE going here. You can still recollect aggro even if they're frozen, so. Come on, get them all together again. I'm not casting my shit until you do. I should have used the potion. My fault. They should be fine here, though. I'm gonna have to go through all the other unused items at some point here. Oh shit. I'm in the red. And I'm pretty sure the boss that drops the key is literally just over here. I think we can do it. If I would have remembered that I was in the red, or almost in the red, I would have taken that a little more seriously. Well, these bots are pretty much going to carry me the rest of the way through this. Oh, the hunter just used flare. I forgot about that. Fuck yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna become a support mage. Because there's not really a whole lot I can do with broken items. Unless I have something else I can put on here. I don't think I do. What are my current wrists? No. Those are definitely warlock wrists. Am I going the right way? I don't even fucking know. I'll actually hit him pretty hard. Do I have, like, any good supportive spells here, or is it all just offense? Like, utility spells, I should say. I could try to cut off the mobs to where we're only fighting so many of them at a time with my Frost Nova. Oh, I forgot about this part. Oh, shit. Fuck it, go in. This still dazes, so that's good. You know what? I'm gonna put down a flame strike here in just a moment, I think. If I put down a flame strike, I can still proc stuns, potentially, so that's good. Pretty sure there's a boss in here somewhere. I think I just need to get over there. Oh yeah, we gotta get rid of the Guardian, huh? I guess I'm still doing a fair amount of damage. So that's doing like, there's like 200, 250 damage roughly. That's not bad. What's the required level for this? $56. I think it should be 1. And it should drop from Hogger. That's what I think. Yeah, when I make a new tune, pretty much any time I think something's weak or too strong, I'm just gonna change it. I'm not even gonna contemplate it. Like, you know what? I already played through this game, Blizz like. I don't have anything further to prove here. There he is. That's who I want. I suppose Scorch still helps my Warlock out.
That's too recharging. That spear isn't ready yet. Can't yet.
There was a core that I played on. I know I keep coming back to this, but there was a core I was playing on where bots needed things like this, like Key to the City. It just pissed me right off. Oh, so he doesn't get attacked? That's cool. That's cool as hell. I mean, it would be even... It kind of would be even cooler if he got attacked, but I'm kind of happy he doesn't. So where is... Here we go.
Blood and thunder.
I might see about making those shoulders with that recipe I found too. What do I need for that again? I need Mooncloth. I don't even know where the fuck I'd get Mooncloth. Bolt of Runecloth I can do. Okay, so now what else do I need? Rune Thread, I know that. Rune Thread I can get at a motherfucker. Oh, I need Fellcloth to do that. Okay, well, it might have to go to an auction house then. That's fine. I think after I figure out how to make these shoulders, I'm gonna fly out to Light's Hope, and while I'm flying, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream for a little bit because I'm probably gonna go smoke a cigar. Mooncloth. You dick sucker, that's not what I want. But that's pretty good. And I just realized I had 58 gold. Oops. Can I even make a mooncloth? Don't I need to go to like a master tailor or something? Hold on a second. Never mind. I know where I need to go. I kind of cheated. But I do want to find that tailor. Let me go there before I go to where I'm going. How many more runes do I have here? Ooh, I need to buy some more. There's a newer guy that sells them up here somewhere. Pretty sure there is. Or maybe that's down stairs. Oh, here he is. I want to have 20 at all times if possible. That's probably the best thing about being a mage, is having like 4 hearthstones at all times. There he is. Do you have anything you can teach me? No? Well, fuck you too. I'm going to Orgrimmar. I'm gonna go get myself a mooncloth recipe. So apparently Everlook has just about everything that you could ever want. From what I have seen in various videos and have read.
Strength and honor.
I haven't said a word in a moment yet, have I? It's probably because I'm on a drink. But I'm actually just gonna go ahead and end the stream here. I'm probably off stream. I'm probably going to make the shoulders, go back to Light's Hope, and then I'm probably gonna look at. Well, actually, no. I'll look at the items that they added on stream, but for right now, I'm just gonna make the shoulders and go back to Light's Hope, and then I'm gonna go smoke a cigar. So I'll be back in just